The sky is blue, the grass is green. Great day to be alive and a great day for high school sports here on ETV. Tonight we've got for you high school girls soccer here in the South Suburban Conference, featuring your Eagan Wildcats and the visitors from down Highway 13 way, the Burnsville Blaze. Joined by my broadcast partner Skip Newton, my name is Nathan Cron, and we have an award-winning and expert technical crew here from ETV. We'll meet them shortly, but Skip Newton, the season it's gone by in a blink of an eye. It seems like only yesterday we were talking about how the Wildcats are going to start this season, how it's going to look, what's going to happen. And tonight we're here with the last regular season home game for these Wildcats. It is senior night, so there will be a presentation at halftime. And the season has gone. Talk about the season for the Wildcats. Tell me how that season's gone in your mind.
Overall, it feels like things are going really well, and they're trending in the right direction. It feels like Eagan is playing their best soccer of the season. They've just taken control of most games recently, not necessarily from start to finish, but at some point during the game, like Tuesday at Apple Valley, they just poured it on in the second half and made a close game a bit of a laugher. Hopefully they can do that again tonight, and I'm looking forward to this, and I love that it's an all-senior starting lineup. That's quite the number of seniors, as I think 11 of the 12 are in the lineup. That's a big bunch. Yeah, we'll mention as many of those seniors as possible. The other side of the coin, the Burnsville Blaze. Burnsville Blaze really trying to build that program up and get the right numbers that they need. They've got a young lineup here out on the field, a number of freshmen, even a 7th grader out on the field there for the Blaze. They've struggled this year in terms of wins and losses, but any thoughts on what we can expect from the Burnsville Blaze tonight, Skip? Yeah, I would expect them to at least give 100% effort. I know that can be a frustrating season. It's amazing when you say this is the final home game for Eagan, and that we're, the next time we're broadcasting, hopefully be in the section playoffs. But they got to just continue to build on the little successes, right? They don't have a lot of goals scored, so can they get a goal tonight would be a little bit of a win for them. Something of that nature, because it's really a challenge when you are not able to field a competitive team.
And there is a cheer going up here for the Eagan Wildcats, for the Burnsville Blaze, an orchestrated kickoff, throwing back to the Wildcats as Ella Logan, senior forward for the Wildcats, has done so much for this program, but is now missing her second, unfortunately, because of an ACL injury that just won't heal properly. She gets to enjoy her senior day. She's not cleared for full contact, but is able to be on the field, part of the starting lineup, and then is replaced by Emma Fetzich. Speaking of another senior, here's Mal Jensen with the ball in the far end. We'll get the full lineup here in just a second as Jensen sends that towards the Burnsville keeper. That was Hildman. And so on your back line, we'll see if we can get this correct. You've got Turner in the middle, along with Waldrop. So 4 at the back for Coach Q tonight, which is a little bit different than normal. Leah Zirkelbach on the far side. Near side, I believe that is Emma Wick. Number 6 it is. You've got Sydney Vignes-Pint in the middle, along with Karen Miller. Jensen, now this is Tanner. You've got Fetzich that just came in, and you also have on top one other player who's Liv Enning, the other senior. So all of the seniors are now on the field except Ella Logan, who was introduced and played for a few seconds before she was subbed off.
That was a great gesture by Coach Q and the Wildcats, and I'm glad that Burnsville was participating in that.
It is senior night, and we will have a senior night ceremony at halftime, so don't go anywhere when we break for halftime. All 12 seniors will have their opportunity to be recognized along with their parents and families. Good opportunity. Thank you to Coach Q and the coaching staff for getting all of the seniors onto the field. There are some seniors who, of course, are not on the varsity team, at least not rostered there, and yet they have really contributed a lot to this program, and to have them out here. Is there a bit of a misplay there in the Burnsville end? I think that's going to go off of SVP's foot, and it's going to probably go for a goal kick, and it does. But to recognize all of those seniors and give them a chance to run out in the bright sunshine under the lights. Hey, I was misinformed earlier. That was my fault, folks. We do have one more home game next week, next Thursday against Lakeville North. For some reason, I had in my head that we were playing football against Lakeville North here and soccer away, but sorry, my neurons were not firing well there. So next Thursday we will be on the air here on ETV.
And a big game that'll be is right now Lakeville North is sitting second in the conference, 5 points behind your Wildcats, who are on top at a perfect 6 wins and 0 losses, 0 ties. Of course, if Eagan can take care of business in these next 2 games, then they'll lock up the conference before that one. But still, a big game against Lakeville North heading into the sections.
Run to the outside. Here's Miller. She jockeys and sends one across. Did she earn the corner? And it looks like she did. Nice job by Karen Miller to earn the corner.
Coming for the Wildcats. This will be their first of the game.
Jensen will stand over this one.
Kick will be taken from the far side. On the kick is Mallory Jensen, number 12.
I imagine the seniors will get a lot of playing time tonight and try to get some goals for people who haven't had them before, as Jensen's ball goes up and over the top. And of course, Wildcats looking at not only a number 1 seed potentially in Section 3 AAA, but also that conference championship you mentioned earlier, Skip. It's really both. It's all really right there for them for the taking, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And they need to finish strong, go in as the favorites in the section, and then the pressure, of course, will be on them. They should get an easier game. Of course, in that first one, that's what you earn when you get the 1 seed. But after that, you're going to play a couple of tough games, and you need to be ready and you need to be playing at your best.
Wildcats moving the ball around. We imagine that the Wildcats should have, at least on paper, certainly a stronger team, but that's why they play the game. The Blaze here certainly not going to give up, and the fact that they're all smiles during introductions and are battling hard gives us the belief that that's going to be their MO for the rest of this game. It's really a learning process and a building process. It's hard to have a record where you haven't had a win yet this season and be taking on probably one of the top 10 teams in Class AAA. But again, that's why we play the game. Nice job by Fetzich. She's going to lay that out for Tanner. It's not going to get there as it's sent away that time by the Blaze.
Nice touch there by Lenton of Burnsville. Unfortunately, then it got away from her after that, but picked that one out of the air really nicely.
Gives us a chance to call out Emma Wick's name. Emma Wick, one of the seniors playing outside back there, wearing number 6 for the Wildcats. Jensen sends that forward for Tanner. Tanner gives it right back to her. Jensen gets on her horse down into the corner. Back for Tanner. Tanner crosses it over. Looking for Fetzich. Fetzich falls. Nice block there by the Blaze. Falls for Tanner. Tanner takes an extra touch, gets it on her left foot. She sends it towards goal, and it slides wide.
The shot, Addie Tanner, number 7. Shot is wide.
It's good opportunities there for the Wildcats. They got it into the middle and got a couple of shots. One blocked, the other one wide right, but nice to see how the Wildcats were able to move the ball into a good scoring position with good angles on the net.
Good opportunity for players who maybe are on the field a little bit more during the season to watch the game from the bench. And had a conversation with a couple of the players this week where we talked a little bit about how it's different watching a game from the bench, from the sideline versus being in the game, how you see things differently when you're able to, dial it back, come back on the perspective of what you're seeing. And I think that probably makes players just a little bit better.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from watching the game. They tell the kids that at young ages, get on your TV or on your device and watch soccer and see what you can see, or go to older siblings if they're playing wherever, and it's amazing how you can learn just by watching the game. And I think that applies at all levels. It's not just at youth sports, but you see that even professionally.
Ball sent in that time by Enning. A number of these seniors have not scored a varsity goal in their career, so we're on goal watch for a number of them. As Tanner makes a run here off of an Enning over the top ball. Tanner tries to cross over the right foot. Nice job keeping that in. Falls for Sydney Vignes-Pint and goes into touch. Number 19 SVP, she's up there in the penalty area waiting for that delivery. We'll see if Fetzich can get it to her. Maybe Tanner can. Tanner and Fetzich combined, and Tanner just hit that too hard.
Yeah, right idea there. She had the corner open and was actually the direction that the run was being made to. Just a little bit strong on that, but the communication, the players were definitely on the same page. It was the right idea.
Wildcats coming into this game with a record of 9-2-1. Their only loss of the season, a 3-0 defeat to Minnetonka here at Wildcat Stadium that we broadcast on ETV. And since then, it has been quite the run for the Wildcat girls. When you can say that your only loss is to a team of that quality, it's saying something. SVP plays it off her right hip and can't quite come to it, but it was a nice attempt. Good cross from Karen Miller.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago when Eagan was able to beat Rosemount here 2-1. What a big confidence gain and boost they got from that victory to get kind of that off their backs, if you will. They hadn't beaten them in 3 years in the section championship game in 2020. Really needed to step up and beat a Rosemount team that's not as talented this year as they have been historically, of course, but still they're a team to be messed with. You can't just take them lightly. So it was a nice win for Eagan, and they've kind of built on that ever since.
Yeah, real quality from Rosemount. Maybe not quite the dominant performance, but certainly no slouches. It's a shot by Fetsic. Action so far really in the attacking half, I'd say in the Burnsville half, not the attacking third certainly, but the Burnsville half. I would expect to see most of that at night, most of that for most of the night. I imagine if Burnsville's going to be successful in terms of creating offense, it will be in situations like this where there's a break. Lenton's going to battle there against Wick. She's going to get the better of her. She's going to take that ball into the corner. Nice stop and turn. Wick dogged in her defense, sends it towards the middle, but it's cleared out to Tanner. Inning tracking the referee, now finds Miller on the far side. Miller's got her eyes up. She's looking, trying to pick out targets, picks out Jensen. Jensen spins and turns. Maybe a situation where Jensen thought Miller was going to play to her feet. Miller played long and Jensen spun onto it, but
that's the right idea. I like when players do that. They fake like they're going to have a touch on it and just let the ball go by and then spin and hopefully catch the defender not paying attention or a little bit flat-footed.
Substitution for Burnsville into the game, number 5, Mina Kothini.
Early substitution for the Blaze. Blaze, of course, in white with black numbers, white socks. Wildcats in blue. Here's Fetsic. She unloads. Nice block there by the Blaze defense. Letting back for it. Enning takes it away. Finds Fetsic. Fetsic squares again, shoots. And Hildman with the stop. Emma Fetsic is definitely sniffing a goal tonight. That's her third shot, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it feels like we've said her name quite a few times already, and we're only 12 minutes into this contest.
Waldrop looking for Tanner. Tanner's going to get a touch to this and stop the ball. Instead, it spins off of her feet. She might have been better served there to just try to get a touch onto it to stop the momentum and let her square her hips.
Or she could have let it go. It had deflected off the defender. I think that was a corner kick just waiting to be had. Interesting decision there. But yeah, a touch to give herself a little more chance of success would have been a pretty good idea. She had plenty of time, that's for sure.
Get a sense that some players sometimes press Skip Newton. I always get a sense that sometimes players will try just a little too hard and make the hard play rather than sometimes the easier play, that because they want to contribute so badly. And I think Addie Tanner's in that realm. This ball ping-pongs around. Balls for MJ Hunter, the 7th grader. That's right, she is in 7th grade, ladies and gentlemen. Waldrop with it. She going to try a left foot? Yes, she is. It's going to be towards Hildman. Hildman, a nice job blocking that one down. 6 shots for the Wildcats. 0 for the Blaze so far. Back for Zirkelbach. Now for Waldrop. Waldrop tries to pick out SVP. Finds Tanner. It's taken off of Tanner's foot, ending over. And we had an offside infraction, presumably on Tanner. We'd think that would be off of on Tanner. Hard to tell from up here which if it was SVP or Tanner getting it, but in any event, on offside call.
Great delivery into the middle there by senior co-captain Kira Waldrop. Looks like she's moved up a little bit more to play that more of a holding center mid position like we've seen all season long instead of a flat 4 back. So moving up and getting more into the action the last couple minutes.
Well, you've got a number of seniors out there, don't you, Skip, that want to score on senior night, on senior day. And Waldrop, of course, has had her share of goals already this season, so I imagine she's in as this comes up over the top for Tanner. She'll get a boot to it. I'm sure she wants to see some of her teammates be successful, so I imagine Waldrop won't be. She'll take a few shots, but I imagine she'll be trying to set up her teammates. Seems to be that tendency on senior day to set the seniors up to try to get them a goal and give them an opportunity.
Coach Q giving them plenty of time here. There's no reason to take anyone out yet. Oh, here's a good long shot. And the inevitable off the football crossbar.
Yes, I think your record is 100% there, Skip Newton. I think that you made the observation that there's not a game we've called here where the ball has not gone off that crossbar. And I think your streak is intact. But with a conference championship and a #1 seed potentially both available here for the Wildcats, they certainly want to take care of business here against the Blaze. And imagine at some point in the half that Coach Q will make some substitutions. Not that these seniors won't be back on the field at some point, but imagine that there will be some changes in personnel. As that ball's looped in, looking for SVP. Lays it off for Miller. Check it, that's Fetsic. Waldrop's shot hits Hunter in the back. Nice job there by Enning. Ooh, ball from Tanner. That had some real swerve on it. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, I would say as long as the ball continues to be played in the Burnsville defensive half, Coach Q will probably just let this thing continue to play out. And then if it somehow remains scoreless, which I don't think it will, then we might see some changes at halftime.
Tanner with a nice cross there. Tanner's also scored. She has some career goals. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think she's got 1 goal this year for the Wildcats as that goes off of Wick into touch. But I think Tanner has scored for the Wildcats. I'm fairly certain she has this year. I know she did last year. Nice job by SVP there taking that ball away. Lays it off for Tanner. Tanner back to SVP. She controls it. Looks for Jensen. Now Jensen will be free on the corner. Unleash the right foot. Someone's got a crash there. Somebody in blue needs to get there. And that ball gets sent back out. Waldrop, nicely done right up the line. That ball's not going out. Tanner gets to it, nicely done. Wasn't sure that was going to happen. Falls for SVP. She's got an opportunity to check it. That's Jensen. Jensen, and she scores! Mal Jensen from Addie Tanner in the 18th minute, and the Wildcats lead 1-0.
It's a great pass, all set up by Kira Waldrop, just letting that one trickle down the line, amazingly keeping that in, setting things up. Beautiful ball into the middle and some good patience by Jensen, getting control of it and then spinning and firing that shot in the far corner.
If there's one thing that the Wildcats have struggled with, I think it's fair to say, Skip Newton, this season, it might be just hitting the target, right? Hitting the front of the goal. Sometimes the Wildcats have had an opportunity, they've got a foot to it or that kind of thing, but it goes over the top, it goes wide, it's something like that. But hitting the frame is not a bad habit to be in.
The assist, number 7, Addie Tanner. In the 18th minute.
So points for Tanner and for Jensen here on senior day as senior keeper Caitlin Allred is called to action for the first time in this game. Wildcats gifted to have 2, nice header there by Miller, back for Fetsic. Gifted to have 2 good senior keepers. Allred will play certainly the first, I would imagine the first half. I imagine Valaga will probably play the second half here on senior night. Tanner's going to let this throw go for Turner. Turner's going to trot forward.
Turner's got a big throw, so her teammates are all lining up almost as if this is a corner kick.
And what were you saying about a corner kick, Skip Newton?
Exactly.
And it's out for a corner, and the Wildcats will Now line up with, for a more traditional corner, a slightly more traditional corner with Jensen out there. And imagine the number of relatively new players to the lineup, I imagine Jensen will be told just to pound this thing into the 6-yard box.
Or at least keep it in play.
Oh, it almost fell for Enning that time. Comes back out, Zirkelbach. Bright orange cleats. Oh, nice move there by Zirkelbach to the outside. She's going to go to goal. That was a good low shot. It's deflected. Looks like it's going to go over the end line, and it does. Jensen was already jogging over there.
Corner kick, Wildcats, their third. This is from the far side. Mallory Jensen, number 12 on the kick.
Jensen over it again. We'll square it up. Puts this in towards goal. It's caught by Hildman. Nicely done. She was battling Tanner, Turner, Enning. There was a whole host of Wildcats, but Hildman held her nerve. Big credit to her that not giving up a rebound, not spilling that, making sure she didn't land inside the goal, or I should say the ball landing inside the goal.
Yeah, Hildman looking really strong back there. I mean, making all the saves that she possibly could make. She had no chance on the one goal.
Ball comes and finds Tanner on the outside. Tanner does get a touch to it. Tanner sends it across looking for Enning. It falls for Miller. Miller's got an opportunity. Miller shoots. It's blocked. Back to Zirkelbach. She crosses it in. Nicely done by Zirkelbach, but Hildman claimed that one. That was a nice shot by Zirkelbach. Whether it was a shot or a cross, it didn't really matter. It was dangerous either way.
Yeah, again, just keeping it in front of the goal where there's an opportunity for something to happen. You know, maybe it's struck just far enough to be in the goal. Maybe the goalkeeper doesn't handle it properly and you can get a rebound. Maybe a player gets in front of that and can deflect it past the goalkeeper. And there's a lot of options when you throw it in front like that. A lot of good things can happen, but the key is putting it in a position where, you know, something positive can happen for your team.
Tanner down. I did not think there was a foul there, but obviously tough whenever anybody falls down. Emma Fetsic now leading the charge. Her through ball is blocked. Fight its way back to Waldrop. Waldrop picks out. She's got 3 Wildcats in the box. This is Miller on the backside. Jensen, she'll run it down. Out for Zirkelbach. Zirkelbach passes on the shot into Fetsic. Fetsic with an opportunity. Shot from Jensen from almost over 20 yards out. Just goes wide.
Jensen, number 12, with the shot wide.
That was set up nicely for Jensen there as it came to her strong foot, the right side, and it was on the ground. She just missed it, and she knew she did. Her body language suggested that she was not pleased with that strike on the ball.
Yeah, it didn't really strike her with conviction, did she, Skip?
Number 15 is on the field for the Blaze. Going off is number 6, Charlotte Lenton.
Finds its way out towards midfield, and it's gobbled up by the Wildcat midfield. Waldrop chips it forward, really feeding Tanner down this right side. Tanner again with it, sends it across, looking for SVP, and that ball is deflected off of a defender and out for a corner. I think the MO is certainly get the ball to Tanner on the outside. We've seen that, 4 or 5 times here in the opening 23 minutes of this half. And now it's a corner for Jensen.
Yeah, Tanner doing a really nice job of controlling the ball and getting it centered. She's made that play consistently all game long.
And Jensen's corner kick finds the corner of the football goal post. And we'll have a goal kick coming up here for the Blaze. The Blaze next game on the 30th against Two Rivers, at Two Rivers. Wildcats' next game is at Farmington next week, next Tuesday. Before ending, as I was corrected, before ending their regular season here against Lakeville North. So that might be a very interesting game, depending on the results of both the Burnsville and Farmington games. The Wildcats may find themselves walking into that game already crowned the South Suburban Conference champions, or they may need that game to win the crown. Zirkelbach out to Miller. Miller crosses it in. Can't find a head. Almost finds Tanner. Now finds Enning. Enning left foot. And Liv Enning cashes in. 2-0 to the Wildcats.
Yeah, she did a great job of controlling that ball and moving it so she had an open lane and absolutely buried that into the far side of the net. I mean, there's zero chance for goalkeeper Hildman of Burnsville.
Yeah, just too much time there for her sitting that close to the goal. It's a really challenging situation for their defense to deal with. The Wildcats now off to a 2-0 lead here in the first half. Like you said, Skip, to take back what I said there, I thought they were maybe in a 4-back. They are in a 3-back with Waldrop now popping out. As you said earlier, I had spotted and I thought they were in a 4-back, but Coach Q has got them in a 3-back.
Well, and it also looked like Kira Waldrop was definitely playing deeper before, and I think maybe she was switching off with Cassie Turner, perhaps, and that maybe threw us off thinking it was a flat 4 because we were so used to Waldrop playing up where she is right now. But they have switched back to their normal positions.
25th minute, Liv Enning from Addie Tanner. This ball gets flopped into the penalty area here for the Wildcats. Blaze will give chase. Waldrop will clean that up. So Tanner with 2 assists, one on the Jensen goal, the other on the Enning goal. The ball finds its way to the Blaze, who pooch it back into the Eagan end.
But the pressure and all of the ball possession down in front of the Burnsville goal or on the Burnsville half of the field, it was really only a matter of time before Eagan was finally able to break one through. Now they get their second. Of course, lots to play coming up, but Eagan in complete control so far.
Lovely touch there by Miller. Now she takes it to the outside. She's double teamed. Comes back for Jensen. Circle back to Miller to Jensen. Circle back hoofs it in. Looks for Tanner in the back. She finds it. Cannot steer it onto goal.
The times where Tanner has not been able to get that cross where she wants it are the 2 times that she's tried to one-time a ball where it's been a little bit of a challenge there. She takes that one touch to settle it. I think she'll go right back to putting the ball right where she wants it. And obviously she's done it successfully many times tonight already as she has both assists.
Nice layoff there for Jensen. Tanner, she's got on her left foot. She's going to pick somebody out. Sends her for Waldrop. Waldrop. Now Miller. Miller on the far side. Right foot in for Jensen. Jensen opens up. She's going to go back out to Miller again. Miller with a big cross now, looking for SVP. Look at somebody in the middle. It's played out that time by the Blaze. They had a throw.
Nice defensive effort there by Burnsville. They had 3 girls all forming kind of a little semicircle around the goalkeeper, and they were able to keep that one out.
The Blaze have certainly seen their share of shots this season, so defensively they've had a fair amount of practice. Waldrop steps up. She tries a left foot. It's blocked that time by the defense. Another block by the defense. It's 2 blocks in a row by Wallace. Nicely done. This ball finds its way into the midfield here for the Blaze. Unfortunately turned over there for the Blaze to Zirkelbach. Zirkelbach, she's going to take a defender on. Now she's going to take 2 on. She's going to square up with the right foot. It goes off of SVP and finds its way to Hildman. Unlucky that time for Zirkelbach. She hit it nice and square, but went off of one of her teammates. And Hildman was claiming it. For those of you who follow the Wildcats or the Blaze, of course you must if you're listening to our broadcast. The section playoffs, we believe, are going to start on either October 12th and perhaps October 14th. First round might be October 12th. Second round might be October 14th. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's the kind of timing we're looking at. As Tanner Puts the Jets on, heads towards the corner. Cross is blocked. Nicely done that time by the Blaze. Imagine the Blaze will probably be a 7 or an 8 seed as Jensen takes this ball into the middle. She's definitely looking for one of her teammates. That ball will be put into touch, but the Blaze will be a 7 or an 8 seed almost certainly. The Wildcats looking at probably being the number 1 seed, so there's a good chance that these two teams, quite frankly, Skip Newton could be playing in the first round of the section playoffs.
And I'm just over here just beside myself that that's 2 weeks away.
Yeah,
just 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yep. 2 weeks away. Wildcats are undefeated in section play. That is, they have an undefeated record, 4-0 against section opponents. So all of the teams that Wick gets it on her foot, sends it in towards Fetzich. Fetzich right back out for Tanner, and just not quite the connection that they were looking for. Climbing into the 29th minute now of the first half. Score 2-0 to the Wildcats. Waldrop squares, sends this towards Hildman. Miller was chasing, but Hildman says, thank you very much, I'll take that. But imagine that the Wildcats, given that they own wins in hand against both of the two teams that would be arguably fighting them for a number 1 seed, I have to think, Skip Newton, that they have a pretty strong case to be number 1.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think if they can, really just win out. I mean, I know that's easier said than done, but if they keep playing like they're playing and finish off this game and maybe get even a win and a tie in their last 2, that's probably good enough to secure that 1 seed, which is really what they're looking for, aside from the fact that they want to go into the sections A, healthy, and B, playing the best possible soccer they can play.
We see some substitutions getting ready on the sideline for Coach Q, and we'll see probably a whole shift change here coming up pretty soon. But first, we have a Mallory Jensen corner kick. And so Mal Jensen's going to send this in, look for one of her teammates. Jensen over the top, looking for Enning, looking for one of her teammates. That ball came off of one of her teammates. I couldn't pick out which. I couldn't tell if it was Enning or SVP, and it was SVP's header, but just could not get much into the goal or onto the goal. So it popped up in the air, and Hildman was able to claim.
And the entire Wildcat bench is walking over to check in at the scores table, so this is going to be a wholesale change.
Might be rather fun to hear the PA announcer have to go through all these names. It is literally everybody who's not injured on the Wildcat bench. I think it's all 11 players. Maybe Sans Balaga, 10 players. I think we might have all 10 players coming on here. This ball gets served over the top by Waldrop. SVP looking for it, and it's going to go out for a goal kick.
This mass substitution is brought to you by the Eagan High School Soccer Platinum sponsors. We thank the Platinum sponsors for all their support for Eagan Soccer, the ARC Soccer Training Center, Melanie and John Willie with Edina Realty, Eagan Football Booster Club, Eagan Hockey Association, I Got Skills, Jordan Drilling Solutions, State Farm Agency Nick DeVries, Triple Diamond Sports Breaks, The Urgency Room, and Wave Soccer Club. Once again, thank you so much for being our partners this season. We could not be successful without your support.
Well, we're going to reset your lineup here, given that all 10 field players changed. We're going to reset your lineup here shortly. Cron with it. She's going to find Fall on the far side. Fall picks out Bray. Bray back from her illness. Forced her to miss, I think, 2 games, certainly 1 game. Weisendonner, that's Jolstrom. Jolstrom switches it over to Enning, Anna Enning. Courtney Bumpers up there. You also have on the outside here, you've got Josie Seehafer, who crosses it in. Looks for her teammate Ava Leitenberg, 18-8. If somehow we had a center forward that had an 8 in the number, it would be we could call it the Crazy Eights line, a la the Philadelphia Flyers of the mid-90s. But
I was just appreciating how Eagan was basically passing it to every player who got onto the field, so you could announce them as they touched the ball to introduce them. That was well choreographed.
It was almost right. It was almost like they planned it that way. As Enning hoofs that over the top. Seehafer get to the outside. She's going to chip that to the outside, and it'll find touch.
Burnsville.
So back line of Fall in the middle with Cron and Cron is in the middle. Cron's in the middle with Fall and Enning on the wings with Jolstrom, Bray, Weisendonner, and Westerman in the middle. Bumpers with Seehafer and Leitenberg on the outsides. Sorry, folks, it's the sun's a little bright out there for me.
You complain about the bright sun, then during the boys' game tonight, I'm going to complain about how dark it is, and I can't see the people across the field.
Well, it's the commentator's right to do those things.
The yin to your yang.
That's right. Ball finds its way over to the aforementioned Ava Leitenberg. Ava Leitenberg, who scored 2 goals against. And this ball finds its way all across the mouth of the goal. Seehafer is going to give chase. Leitenberg had 2 goals against the Eagles this week. So did Weisendonner. And Weisendonner on cue. Nicely done that time, ladies, helping me out there. And that ball's going to find its way into touch. So imagine, frankly, the Wildcats are continuing to put on pressure. They're aware of the need to play well here as Westerman finds a little bit of space there. That ball goes off of one of the Blaze. She battles on. Finds Cron. Finds Weisendonner. Now Enning. Enning with a cross. Leitenberg in the back. Hildman spills it. Hildman still spilling it. Weisendonner, she's got a left foot. Oh, what a great save by Hildman. Full extension on Weisendonner. Weisendonner was absolutely thinking she had a goal there. And why wouldn't she? That was a heck of a save, Skip Newton.
Yeah, it was a great save and then a great immediate clear by the center back there for Burnsville, getting that out of danger.
Well, you have to think that the Wildcats have got one coming here. They've really put some nice passes together in the attacking third. Isabella Fall and Ava Leitenberg play catch. Before that ball finds its way to Anna Enning and her right foot. She'll attack. She'll continue to attack. Finds Seehafer. Seehafer slips. Now she goes to the corner. Negative. Looking for Westerman. Westerman lays it off for Weisendonner. Massive bodies in there. Great team defense that time by the Blaze. But so many of their players are inside the penalty area. The Wildcats really have an opportunity. Westerman bumpers. Enning sends that in. Finds Leitenberg's flank. Now Jolstrom. Jolstrom, another blast and another great block. That's her second in this sequence. That's Nyshand. Weisendonner, and Weisendonner scores. Eventually, if you keep giving the left foot a chance, it's going to poke one in. And in the 27th minute, Kylie Weisendonner nets to give the Wildcats a 3-goal advantage.
Yeah, she kept firing that left foot, and you knew it was only a matter of time before she had a clear line to the goal. And unfortunately for Burnsville, that line found itself, and really Hildman had no chances. She's stuck trying to defend the whole goal, and she just buried it into the top half.
Ellie Westerman, the freshman, is going to get credit for the assist, so we're told. So Westerman to Weisendonner. I should say Weisendonner from Westerman. Maybe that's the hockey way of saying it. Maybe I should say it that way. In any event, it's 3-0 now to the Wildcats.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 10, Kylie Weisendonner.
Bray on the far side.
Number 3, Ellie Westerman.
Finds Leitenberg.
In the 37th minute, the time of the goal, 36
nice 1-2
minutes,
combination on the far
46
side.
seconds.
Somehow Leitenberg comes out with it. She's got a natural left foot. She's by one defender.
The assist, Ellie Westerman. The time,
See if she can
36,
tee up Westerman here. She tries. Westerman gets to it. She gets it on her right foot, sends it in towards Weisendonner. falls for Seehafer. Seehafer's right foot, and that sprays over the top. And you can see Josie Seehafer's face, the disappointment. She did not strike that the way she wanted to. She was back on that, leaning back, Skip Newton. I think that just popped it in the air.
Yeah, when your body leans back when you go to strike the ball, it's going to naturally get your foot underneath it and will put the trajectory much higher. When you want to hit a low line drive, you want to get your body forward over the top of the ball almost when you strike that, and you can get some good power, but then you keep it much lower.
Ball finds its way into the Wildcat defensive back line. Edding, now Seehafer. Seehafer was, I'm positive, knowing Seehafer as I do, I'm positive she's looking to go to goal the next time she's got the ball because she wants to wash that taste out of her mouth. Again, stick around for halftime as we've got a senior parents and senior families introduction and presentation. It's going to be great. We're going to have an opportunity to meet all of our seniors. Nice little dance over there. Oh, look at bumpers. Nice job dancing over that. It's going to be a corner to the Wildcats here with just into the last minute. Weisendotter will trot over for this one. We're going to see how it works. They're looking for a ball. Not a massive hurry there by anybody to put this in play. Well, in fairness, there should be.
Taking the kick, Kylie Weisendotter.
Weisendotter with a left foot. It'll be an outswinger. Comes in, looks for Cron. Off of Cron's head and wide.
Blaze.
Nice job getting in there and getting ahead on that. I thought just from our angle she might have been able to find the near post to us, the one closest to your camera angle, but was quite a bit wide. But just from our point of view, I thought maybe that was going home.
Yeah, for just a moment I swallowed hard as Weisendotter gets it on her foot. Looks and finds Westerman. It's poked away. And with the last few seconds here ticking down, there's no horn to blow. For some reason, there is no horn here at Wildcat Stadium, but we have reached the end of the first half. Wildcats started a little, I wouldn't say slow, but started a little deliberate in making sure all the seniors got on the field for a good almost 25 minutes of the game. Over 25 minutes of the game, I should say. With goals from Jensen and Liv Enning, 2 assists for Addie Tanner. And Weisendotter in the 37th minute from Westerman. The score sits at 3-0. And Skip and I will step aside for halftime and stick around for the Senior Day festivities here at Wildcat Stadium. And we'll be back in a little while, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wildcat Stadium and Senior Night, honoring the class of 2024 Eagan Wildcats girls soccer players and their families. Tonight we honor 13 very special seniors for their outstanding dedication, leadership, sportsmanship, friendship, and contributions to Eagan High School and the Wildcats girls soccer program. We take this opportunity to recognize their hard work and wish them a happy and memorable senior year. We would also like to thank our Wildcat parents and families. You have played an important role in our high school community. The support of your daughter's efforts in the classroom and on the field has made everyone's experience richer, and your gifts of time, talent, and enthusiasm make our high school and our community a better place. Please join us in recognizing and honoring these amazing athletes and their parents, and we're going to introduce the players in numerical order. We start with goalkeeper number 0, Caitlin Allred. Caitlin's parents are Jamie and Andrea. After graduation, she plans to attend the University of Minnesota for chemical engineering and research and development, as well as minoring in Spanish. Her favorite soccer memory is getting to start in her first varsity game last year and getting a shutout. Caitlin Allred. Next, goalkeeper number 1, Natalie Balaga. Natalie's parents are Shannon and Dan. After graduation, she plans to attend Minnesota State University Mankato to pursue aviation. Her favorite soccer memory is winning nationals in Colorado. Natalie Balaga. Next is midfield number 2, Karen Miller. Karen's parents are Justin and Diane. After graduation, she plans to attend a four-year university studying business. Her favorite soccer memory is winning nationals with her club team. Karen Miller. Next is defender number 6, Emma Wick. Emma's parents are Shelley and Chuck. After graduation, she plans on getting her 2-year degree followed by a 4-year degree in nursing. Her favorite soccer memory is celebrating on the field when a goal is scored. Emma Wick. Next, forward, number 7, Addie Tanner. Addie's parents are Josh and Lynn. After graduation, she plans to attend a Big Ten university and major in biomedical engineering. Her favorite soccer memory is winning nationals in Colorado this summer. Addie Tanner. Next, captain, midfield, number 12, Mallory Jensen. Mallory's parents are Jay and Michelle. After graduation, she plans to attend Calvin University to study biochemistry and Spanish, as well as play on their soccer team. Her favorite soccer memory is winning nationals in Denver this summer with her club team. Captain, Mallory Jensen. Next, forward, number 15, Ella Logan. Ella's parents are Dave and Sarah. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university and study business or finance. Her favorite soccer memory is dogpiling after beating Rosemount in the section finals freshman year. Ella Logan. Next is forward number 19, Sydney Vignes Pint. Sydney's parents are Julie and Mike. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university with an engineering focus. Her favorite soccer memory is going to all the soccer team parties. Sydney Vignes Pint. Next, defender number 20, Leah Zirkelbach. Leah's parents are Brian and Jennifer. After graduation, she plans to go to a 4-year college and major in biology and nutrition. Her favorite soccer memory is going to Colorado this summer with her club team and winning nationals. Leah Zirkelbach. Next, midfield number 21, Olivia Enning. Olivia's parents are Mona and Darren. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year college and major in business. Her favorite soccer memory is scoring the tie-breaking goal against Eastview during sections. Olivia Enning. Next, midfielder, number 22, Emma Fetzich. Emma's parents are Becky and Jason. After graduation, she plans to attend college and study elementary education. Her favorite soccer memory is winning section semifinals against Eastview last year. Emma Fetzich. Next, captain, defender and midfielder number 23, Kira Waldrop. Kira's parents are Carrie and Shannon. After graduation, she plans to go to the University of Minnesota Duluth, where she will continue to play soccer and study business and computer information sciences. Her favorite soccer memory is getting pumped up on the bus to away games each year. Captain, Kira Waldrop. Defender number 24, Cassie Turner. Cassie's parents are Ryan and Jen. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university and study biology, along with a pre-physician assistant track. Her favorite soccer memory is all of them. She could not pick just one because every memory she's made in this program has been her favorite. Cassie Turner. Fans, as our seniors and their families continue the journey towards graduation next June, let's thank them all with a round of applause for the contributions they have made to Eagan High School and to the Eagan Wildcats girls soccer program. Good luck, seniors, in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations to the Eagan Wildcats girls soccer class of 2024. You have so much to be proud of, and we are proud of you. Thank you, parents, family, friends, and students for helping us celebrate this very special night.
Today we're doing the annual Cats vs. Cops, where we play a 7-on-7 game against the cops here in Eagan. This was actually an idea a couple years ago of our police chief, Roger New. He said we should play a touch football game, and him and our former president, Jack Esser, made this happen.
Myself and another community member, Jack Esser, were thinking of ways to try to bring the community together, and he said, would you be interested in playing flag football against a high school team before the season kicked off? And I said, yeah, why not? And 3 years later, here we are.
Just an opportunity for us to get back to the community, get a chance to connect with our local police officers and the way they've been able to do stuff for the community for us. It's a chance for us to have some fun out there and play what we do on Friday nights with them.
One of the most important parts about this event is just trying to bring the community together. We never knew that it was going to grow to this extent, but we're glad that we could just be part of this event, and we just appreciate the community support.
Our police force is awesome, and for us to be able to do this with them, I think is just, it shows that they're looking for ways to be out in the community. So we come together and we play 7-on-7, and we have a blast out there. I love anything we can do to build that relationship.
They do so much for us, so it's a great way to give back to them, and you know, it's a night for them to take off doing their duties as police officers and enjoy being a high schooler like we are and having some fun playing some football.
We're the Eagan Wildcats, but like, we're all Eagan. We're all one team. It's a great event and it's a lot of fun.
Do you know about Positively Eagan? It's a video series by ETV that highlights the good happening in our Eagan community. Stories of people reaching out, giving back, or shining a light on the people who make Eagan great. If you or someone you know has a story to share, we want to hear about it and feature it in Positively Eagan. Visit cityofeagan.com/positively-eagan to submit your story and watch previous episodes.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium here in Eagan, Minnesota, the campus of Eagan High School, and we hope you enjoyed here on ETV the halftime celebration of the Wildcat seniors and their families. A great senior class that has delivered and given so much to this program, and with 12 seniors, no, 13, check it, 13 seniors. Thank you to those seniors and their families for all their support, all the hard work, and that kind of thing. It's amazing, Skip Newton, when you think about it. But you think about all these girls when they were, you remember them when they were young, or when they were freshmen, or when they were 8th graders, or even younger, and to watch them grow into the women they've become today, and to make the contributions that they have. Never mind just being good soccer players and having a good soccer program, but all of the things that we've talked about or we heard about at that halftime. So many of them want to go into fields that serve others, right? You've got people who want to be physicians, you have people who want to be pilots, you have people that want to do things to make the world a good place around them. So that's all really, really positive.
Yeah, I enjoy the senior night, and I enjoy the little program that they always put together where they talk about, not only their favorite soccer memory, which is always so fun to hear what the different players come up with, but what they're going to do after graduation. Because, you really have no idea, what they're thinking, but that's such a big decision and such a big part of the next part of their journey, the next part of their story. And it's fun to just read through these and see, what are they planning on doing? What do they want to do with the rest of their lives? I love it.
Well, high school sports is a discrete period of time. It is a short and discrete period of time when weighed against the length and longevity of a life lived long. And so, these girls and all the boys, this goes for the boys as well, their opportunities to play these sports are limited. And for them to, and they know that going in, they enjoy it, they have a good time with it, they make friendships, they learn, they grow, and they learn lessons, and then they become doctors and business people and teachers and moms and dads and they become parents and all of those things. And that's really ultimately what we're all, whether you're a Burnsville fan, an Eagan fan, or just a fan who happens to stumble across us here on the YouTube channel, that's what you want for all of these girls, is to be happy and healthy and be productive in their lives.
The Eagan Wildcats in the second half will.
But before they do that, they've got 40 more minutes of soccer here in the second half. Skip Newton, it is 3-0 to the Wildcats. I think probably 98.5% of that game was played in the Burnsville half. Do you expect a major change in that trend line, or is that here probably to stay?
Not at all. It's one of those things where you get two teams that are on the exact, opposite sides of the standings, and what you would expect to happen is exactly what did happen in the first half. It was entirely one-sided and dominated by the Eagan Wildcats wearing blue going right to left, and I would think that will continue to happen here in the second half.
Starting lineup is here for the second half is the same as what we experienced in the beginning of the game in the first half, as all of the seniors, sans Ella Logan, are on the field. With a change at goalie, as senior Natalie Valga replaces senior Caitlin Allred. This ball finds Miller on the far side. Miller sends it in, looks for SVP and finds side netting. Certainly like to see that. That was very pretty on the outside as Miller attacked and SVP made her run.
Going to be a much more challenging second half for me, as I have to go on either side of the barrier here up in the booth. I'll manage, but just testing my flexibility.
Your flexibility, that's right. Tanner looks for Enning. Enning pops that back out for Tanner. Enning's touch just a little too heavy there on it. Liv Enning could have taken a little bit off that one.
Well, that, or I think she had almost predetermined the give and go there, because it looked like she could have just received that and gone ahead and turned towards goal and taken her own shot. She had a wide open lane.
Opening minutes here of the second half. Seniors are out here for the Wildcats. That's one of our seniors, Leah Zirkelbach, in the orange cleats, finds Kira Waldrop on the far side. And I should note that Kira Waldrop is playing center back, and look who our center forward is. That's Cassie Turner. Cassie Turner gets the ball back from Miller. Cassie Turner goes to goal, and Hildman with a nice save. So an opportunity and a chance for Cassie Turner, who normally plays your center back position, to be a center forward and try to get a goal. I'm fairly certain she scored last year, Skip Newton. I cannot remember. I don't think she has scored this season. I know she's had a handful of assists, but I don't think she scored a goal.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what the strategy is here. They're trying to get her a goal if she hasn't scored one this season. And this is the best game to do that, when you're ahead comfortably 3-0. It's senior night. Things feel like they're well in hand. Why not move her up and see if you can't get that goal?
Miller lays that off for Wick. Wick tries to pop it over, looking for Turner. Falls for Jensen. Jensen finds Tanner. Tanner goes to goal. It had some curve on it, but it was wide.
Number 7, Addie Tanner, shot is wide. Goal kick Burnsville.
Going to compliment the Burnsville defense in the first half, Skip Newton, because there were several off sequences where they really needed all hands to the defensive pump, and they did a good job of sagging back and really forming a wall around Hildman.
Yeah, there were 8 or 9 saves, I think it says, for Burnsville. Might be 8, tough to see from this distance. But there were at least twice as many blocked shots by the defense. The defense really did a good job of getting in front of as many shots as they possibly could.
Challenges, of course, it's just so difficult to do that for week after week, time after time. I should say week after week, time after time, shot after shot, as Zirkelbach sends one on. She's looking for her first varsity goal.
And with that save, now we have 9 saves.
9 times, you say?
9 times.
I don't remember 9, but I'm sure the public address announcer, as statistician, has got that correct. Good ball there for Tanner, finds Turner. Turner gets it on her right foot, sends it across. looking for Miller, and Miller pooches that up and over. Had a little bit of a bounce on it. Miller was able to square onto the ball, but could not steer it into the net or on frame.
Yeah, it's a tough one when the ball is, roughly knee high or so. You really got to make sure you get on top of it. And she put her foot out, but was clearly under it, and that's exactly why the ball goes pretty much straight up in the air.
Perhaps the best thing to do in a situation like this, just try to knock it down or trap it down to your feet and take your chances on the defender closing on you as that ball gets pooched over the top. Tanner's going to run that down. She does. Oh, she almost saved it in. That was a great effort by Addie Tanner trying to save that sequence.
All over the end line off the Wildcats. Goal kick Burnsville.
Interesting how Tanner is still on the near side despite the switch of defending halves here. So switching from the right side to the left is Tanner. Of course, she was successful at crossing the ball several times in that first half, 2 of which resulted in goals. She has 2 assists on the first 2 goals here for the Wildcats.
Tanner looks for Turner. Turner back out for Tanner. Lovely touch there. Tanner's going to have an opportunity, and that's going to go out for a corner. As center referee Paul Kamani says that went off of the Blaze, and trotting over is Mal Jensen. Mal Jensen with plans to attend Calvin University and study biochemistry and Spanish and play soccer there. First, she's going to serve that in towards goal, and that's going to go behind the net. And that is something that has happened a couple of times, I think at least twice tonight, maybe even twice. That's the second time for Jensen. Jensen needs to get that straightened out a little bit moving forward.
Yeah, she wants to get that out of her system right now. We
That's
don't need
right.
to be putting that ball where it's completely unplayable.
Addie Tanner is going to be attending a Big Ten university and majoring in biomedical engineering. Again, I referenced it as we came out of halftime that a lot of these girls are going to be doing things that serve humanity as we have a foul here against the Wildcats.
This is one of the rare foul calls of this game. It has been an entirely clean game up until this point.
Yeah, maybe there was a foul call earlier. We had an offside call earlier. I know that. A couple of offside calls, but beyond that, that might be our first foul of the game. SVP battling there, nicely done. That ball is going to find its way into touch, but it's going to go off a Blaze player. And speaking of Sydney Vignes-Pint, she's going to be attending a 4-year university with an engineering focus. So biomedical this, engineering that. lots of smart girls down there on the pitch.
Yeah, none of that surprises me at all. These girls are not just athletes; they are definitely student athletes.
It makes you wonder, back in the day when we were kids, Skip, they would always give the meathead of the team award, the dumb person of the team award. I mean, how do you do that when all your girls are biomedical this and engineering that?
My guess is in nowadays you don't give that award
Yeah,
anymore.
you don't give that award anymore. You don't give that award anymore as the Wildcats battle there. That ball's going to go, I think they're going to call a foul. Yeah, they're going to call a foul, another foul on the Wildcats. And the one-sidedness of the match is going to play out here as imagine the center referee's not going to be shy about blowing his whistle, especially if it's against the Wildcats. And that's not an unreasonable thing. I mean, imagine that the Wildcats, I can almost guarantee you, Skip Newton, they're not done scoring goals here in this game.
Well, we talked about just how few fouls have been called. Some of that credit needs to go to Burnsville. Clearly they're trying to wrap up what's been a struggle of a season, not having won any games, only scoring 2 goals. But to not let that boil over into...
Opportunity for Miller! Check it, that's Turner! Turner, it was Turner. I saw 2 and I thought it was Miller for a moment, but it was Turner. Cassie Turner nets for the Wildcats. She stuck with it, Hillman spilled it, and Turner cleaned it up.
Might need to check that, I think.
Is it Fetsic?
I think it's Fetsic. Yeah, I think it was 22.
Okay, Fetsic, Emma Fetsic.
A great job just heading that one right over the top of the goalkeeper. Perfect header there here in the 49th minute.
She stuck with it. She was not going to be denied. There was a great effort. Forgive me, from my angle, it looked like it was Turner. They're both wearing 20-somethings on their, but I think maybe because Turner so quickly grabbed Fetzic to celebrate. I saw a short dark-haired out there, and I thought it might be Miller, who was also wearing number 2 tonight, so that was a bit of a scramble for yours truly.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 22, Emma Fetzic.
Fetzic with the goal here in the 49th minute.
Number 19.
With the assist to Sydney Vignes-Pint. SVP gets an assist.
Time of the goal is 48 minutes, 53 seconds.
She may not have scored a goal yet tonight, but she gets an assist here in the tally for the Wildcats.
Nice to get her on the scoreboard there. Like to see everybody get involved here on senior night. Sydney Vignes-Pint planning on attending a four-year university with an engineering focus, so there you go. The impressive degree plans continue.
Although one of these nights, one of these days, these senior days, it would be fun is, oh, Turner's got an opportunity. She's going to send that on, and Hildman, nicely done. Turner with her hands on her head. Oh, my goodness. Turner with a great opportunity there, but one of these days it would be fun to get a senior program like this that says something to the effect of, I plan on moving to Colorado to become a ski bum, or I'm going to move to San Diego to become a professional surf bum or something. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Or I have no idea what I'm doing after I graduate.
Yes. Well, that's a great flick on by Turner. This is Tanner. Tanner around one defender, puts a left foot on it, sprays it up over. Oh, that was a nice shot by Addie Tanner. Oh, she's unlucky to not score from there.
Yeah, you know it's a good shot when it goes between the two crossbars. That one had some oomph behind it. She struck that well, just got it a little too high.
Well, she did put such a great move on the defender to open it up, and of course that's her left foot. She's right-footed naturally. I like the fact that she took it with the left, though, Skip. Too often players will try to get that on their right foot, and the extra touch can sometimes allow the defense to recover.
Feels like the defense of Burnsville is starting to break down a little bit more frequently here in the second half. We've seen a lot more great scoring chances from inside the 18 from the Wildcats already, and we're just 12 minutes into the second half.
There certainly seems to be a renewed dedication to pushing the ball forward. The Wildcats in the first half, especially the senior group, they were moving the ball around pretty well, but they weren't going north and south quite as much. Turner to the outside. She's going to send that towards Hildman. And Hildman is going to smother that up. The official scorer has the Wildcats with 28 shots. Now that does not include shots on goal and shots missing. It's all shots. I should say that doesn't distinguish between shots on goal versus all shots. It's all shots, but 28 shots, 12 saves. For Hildman, who has had to do a nice job a couple of times. As the sun is setting here in Eagan, Minnesota. Ball gets sent over the top by Waldrop, finds SVP. SVP gets it off for Turner. Turner slices around one defender, finds Jensen. Fetzic chips that up and forward. Turner's going to try to run onto that. Couldn't get it blocked down. Finds Jensen. Senior's making it a big attempt to get out to Miller. And side netting off of SVP, but clearly trying to get this ball to seniors and let them do something with the ball to try to get their names on the score sheet. Wildcats comfortably ahead 4-0. Lopsided defeats, unfortunately for the Blaze, not a strange occurrence this season, as they've had several games that have gotten well out of hand very quickly. Fetzic looks for Tanner. The ball gets flicked out to the outside. And we'll go for a corner.
Goal kick for the Blaze.
Speaking of favorite memories and future plans, Ella Logan was on the team as a freshman, and her favorite soccer memory hits home for me a little bit, dogpiling after beating Rosemount in the section finals her freshman year. Same year, my daughter was a senior, as well as several other seniors, one of which, Morgan Eckerly, who plays at Duluth, is where current senior Carol Waldrop will be playing next season. So that's her future plans, going up to Duluth to play soccer with former Eagan teammate Morgan Eckerly. So fun connection there.
A great service by Miller, found Turner in the middle. Turner unable to quite close that one down. That was, of course, the COVID year where the section finals were the last action that anybody had in girls or boys soccer that year. Fortunate legacy there for a lot of those players just not being able to enjoy the state tournament experience if they were able to win the section, as we'll have a shift change here for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats will bring on some new players. Valaga is going to stay in goal, but other than that, I think every other player has been substituted.
It's like Turner still up front. They're still trying to get Turner that goal.
Check it. That's Turner is still up front. You are correct. So I'm guessing, Skip, and I thought Cassie Turner scored a goal last year. I wonder if maybe she did not score a goal last year. We're going to have to check on that, maybe if we can get a producer to stick a head out the window and ask a parent as Seehafer takes this ball over the top. She's going to look and fire negative. Opportunity for Turner. The ball falls that time for Bumpers. And the ball gets finally cleared by a respondent and resplendent Blaze defense.
Getting to the point where I think Burnsville's just wanting this game to come to its conclusion. It gets tiring when you're on your defensive half the entire game and constantly having to try to prevent the other team from scoring.
It's absolutely exhausting. That one's going to hit the upright that time by Turner. I think Turner had more time than she had enough time. She could have taken a couple of touches and really walked that in on Hildman. So the producers are telling us that Cassie Turner, in fact, has not scored. She has not scored a varsity goal, which is one of the reasons she is still out on the field. Berg lays that off for Kron, Weisendonner. Fall turns it over. Ooh. Opportunity here for the Blaze if they break. Still an opportunity for Blaze. And now the Wildcats take it back. Weisendonner battling Hunter in the midfield. Kron looks for Bumpers, but finds Seehafer. Seehafer, shot, and no goal. So I think we have is that a foul, Skip Newton?
She gave her a little bit of a bump from behind. I wonder if that's what was called, because I did not see the flag go up on the far side. I did not see an offside call.
I think a foul was called. I did not hear a whistle. Players all certainly seem to understand that it was a foul. Ball finds its way out to Leitenberg. Leitenberg lays off for Weisendonner. Kron. Good turn there for Bray. Weisendonner, Turner. Now for Bumpers. Bumpers left foot. Nice job by Hildman knocking that one down and preventing the rebound from being gobbled up by somebody in blue.
Yeah, Hildman's really played a good game. I mean, there's been nothing soft as far as goals scored. Every goal that's gone in has been one that she absolutely had no chance.
Bumpers battles. Bray. Jolstrom. Jolstrom took an extra touch there. It was 1v2. Now she gets it back, tries to look for Seehafer, does. Finds Turner, gets defended out. Seehafer on the far side is going to put the Jets on. Try to get to the outside. She does. And loses possession.
That's the one thing that we really haven't seen because the ball has been down in the Burnsville defensive half so frequently. We haven't seen the open field speed on either wing by Seehafer or Leitenberg like we were familiar with in most games.
I was just going to say, Skip, it's almost a situation where the Wildcats are really in some sense handicapped by the fact that there's not a lot of green grass out there. It's almost like how playing defense on a football team is harder inside the 10-yard line because there's just not that much in terms of, there's not that much room. And assistant referee calls a foul against the Wildcats on the far side. Courtney Bumpers might have been hard done by there, as both players were knocked down and the Blaze not in a hurry to take this kick. Well, the Wildcats certainly like to go to goal on this and try to, you don't want to be, the game is clearly out of hand in terms of the Wildcats versus the Blaze, but fortunately pollsters can sometimes punish teams if they don't score enough goals against teams that they should beat more goals. The Wildcats definitely are feeling a little bit of pressure to get a couple more here. Even though it's pretty clear that this game from start to finish has been really dominated by the girls in blue.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that even matters, even if it's just a little bit. It really shouldn't.
Ball finds its way out to Leitenberg, but it's sent away that time by the Blaze. Nicely done. Now Cron will have an opportunity to throw this ball in. Imagine she'll go all the way, yep, and she's looking for Turner. Turner's going to get that on her head. It's going to go out again. Leitenberg's going to trot forward as well. Cron's going to heave this into the penalty area. Turner, she's looking for Turner. Bumpers, header, Turner. And that's a corner for the Wildcats. Wildcat faithful cheering for Cassie Turner, a player who has now, this is her third year on the varsity team. I believe that's accurate, Skip Newton. Third year as a varsity player and yet to score a goal at the varsity level. Weisendonner says, everybody get in there, we'll F this forward. Weisendonner finds its way into the box. It bandies around. Macy Bray, comes out for Weisendonner and goes off multiple players. Actually, I think the Wildcats might have been hard done by there. I think he took a deflection off of somebody.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She hit it well. I couldn't tell if it just went straight wide or if it was deflected. I know the last defender did a good job getting out of the way, knowing that it was wide of the goal. So petty play there, earning the goal kick.
Goal kick goes into touch, and the Wildcats will throw it back in. Coming up on 17 and a half minutes to go here in the second half. Wildcats 4, Blaze 0. One-way traffic here in the second half. That ball gets hoisted into Turner. Finds Leitenberg. Leitenberg heads that on goal. Hildman equal to that task.
Needed to go a little bit higher on that one. Tried to get that one just under the crossbar if that one was going to go in. But that's a tough ask. She was being defended. The ball wasn't played with a whole lot of force towards her. And it's hard to get a lot of force on a header that's not moving very well.
Bumpers on the run around, and Seehafer puts it away. So Bumpers made the run around. Seehafer slams that home. And in the 65th minute, Wildcats take a 5-0 lead.
Really a beautiful play there, just coming around, perfect pass. Seehafer slams it home. No chance again for Hildman in net. Eagan looks like they're about ready to get another one here. A little miscommunication.
Bumpers was making the run, but by the time she looked up, Turner was already kind of had crossed to the other side.
Assisted by number 17, Courtney Bumpers. In the 64th minute, time of the goal, 63 minutes, 10 seconds. Wildcats goal scored by Josie Seehafer, assisted by Courtney Bumpers, the time 63-10.
Weisendonner's attempted through ball, comes back to her. Weisendonner lays that up for Turner. Seehafer's going to get that ball. Seehafer's going to crash the outside, send that in with the right foot, and it's going to go out for a corner. So another chance for the Wildcats to, again, put pressure on the Burnsville defense that has experienced 33 shots in this game so far. Again, that's not all on net, but 33 shots is a lot of shots, Skip Newton.
Yeah, that's an incredible number. Now
This is the 10th corner kick, 9th corner kick for the Wildcats.
Say Turner coming way out. Now they play it to her.
Turner's shot blocked. And the Wildcats will reload and try to hoist this in towards the net. Seehafer sends that across, looking for Bumpers. Bumpers can't get ahead to it. Leitenberg, I think, steered it on to Hildman. Hard to see from our angle, but it looked like she got a foot to it, a leg to it. Fall. Defense for the Wildcats not having a whole lot of action here in the second half. Weisendonner puts the moves on around the 7th grader Hunter, who has been a gamer all game long, but Weisendonner with 3 years of varsity experience, a little bit of shiftiness there. Speaking of shifty, that one shifted out of bounds.
Two substitutions for Burnsville.
Yeah, rare misplay there in the far touch.
Number 15.
Losing control, giving Burnsville an opportunity to do a couple substitutions here before they throw it back in.
Charlotte Lenton, number 6. Kylie Wallace, number 18.
Stick around for the boys game coming up here at 7 o'clock here on ETV. There'll be a little bit of a break between the girls game and the boys game, and of course ETV will have that coverage as well. Weisendonner finds Bumpers. Bumpers back to Weisendonner. Now outside to Enning, who crosses. Let's see if we get a replay. He looks for Turner. Turner for Weisendonner. Enning dances in. She's going to go to goal. And I think, yeah, they're going to have a foul here, and that's a penalty. Enning's going to earn the penalty. Here's an opportunity for Turner to take the penalty.
Yeah, it was a great move by Enning. She did a great job of just hesitating and all of a sudden putting on a burst of speed to get in there, and she was taken out just as she was about to strike the ball. I mean, that was an easy call for the center ref. That's just one you can't let go. Oh wait, he's saying that was outside the box. Okay.
Well, he was pointing at, looked from our position, it looked like he was pointing at the penalty spot. And if I were the Wildcats, I'd definitely back up that wall. Turner will be going straight to goal on this one. Check it, right back to her. Attempt to go right back to her in another corner.
Try a little give and go around the wall.
Yeah,
interesting.
I like the creativity. That's the kind of creativity that you like to see. I mean, too often you just hammer it at the wall and hope good things happen, and certainly that can be the case. But a nice opportunity there for the Wildcats is now another opportunity here for the corner. Weisendonner. Turner got a hand to it. It found Turner, but it found a part of her body that she can't use. I could see her laughing. I could see all the Wildcats laughing like, gee whiz, Cassie, you're not supposed to use that part of your body.
The only thing that would have made that better is if she would have just for 1 second turned into a volleyball player and spiked that thing into the net.
That would have been funny.
As if to say, I am getting this ball in the net by any means necessary. I don't care if it doesn't count.
ball finds its way back to Hildman, and Hildman has seen 34 shots. And the Wildcats get to 40 before the end of this game. I think they probably will. Weisendonner dances into the penalty area. That's sent back. Falls for Turner. Julstrom. Weisendonner plays a little 1-2 there with Leitenberg. Comes back for Cron. Cron finds Julstrom. Like you said, the chasing this for the Burnsville defense, it's sagging deeper and deeper every time, because when you chase the ball, Skip Newton, you get really tired.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a hockey team where they're just continuously cycling in the zone, and eventually the defense just gets so tired chasing them all around, and you often see that leading to really great scoring chances or goals. We're seeing the same result here. I mean, the number of outstanding scoring chances continues to rise in this second half. Burnsville's just got to be fatigued.
Seniors are back out on the field. So we have all the seniors back out on the field with the exception of Caitlin Allred.
And Emma Wick, number 6.
As Wick sends that over for Fetzich. Hoofs that forward looking for Turner. Turner sends that on towards goal. Turner maintaining her spot there at the center forward position. Zirkelbach has taken the center back position. Check it, that's Westerman. Actually, it's Ellie Westerman, the freshman, who's out there with the seniors. She's playing the other outside back position. Free kick earned there by Addie Tanner.
Called on the Blaze.
So another free kick here upcoming for the Wildcats. Imagine this will be another shot on net, or certainly a shot.
Wildcats on the kick, Mallory Jensen, number 12.
Jensen will take it. And if the last few minutes are past, if the past is prologue, they're looking to cross this in. Looking for Turner, and it's going to go wide.
The shot by Mallory Jensen is wide.
So even though it's not a corner kick, it still finds itself out of play. But that one had a chance to be connected with the header on the far side if somebody was really on top of it, following the trajectory of that ball.
SVP on the outside. Look, she's got a nice run to the outside, crosses that in. That's going to go towards goal. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats. That was Jensen inside, but at first we thought we had a corner. Now we have a goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like she just couldn't quite get there to get a touch. Only needed to redirect that one towards net. Of course, Hildman was in the way, but that's a really hard play for a goalkeeper when the ball's coming in and you got to play both the ball and the attacking player from the other team.
Wildcat bench all sitting right on the touchline, as close as they dare get, all excited to see if a couple of these seniors can get on the score sheet. Wick sends that up looking for Turner. Enning. Bumpers. Check it, that's Jensen. Could turn that time around the center referee. Comes back for Westerman. Like I said, the deeper you get, the harder it is. There's just not that much space to use that speed. This falls for Miller. Check it, that's SVP. And it goes into touch. To finish that thought, Skip Newton, it's almost like a football team. When you get inside the 10-yard line, there's just no room to go deep, and everything's much more condensed. And that will go for another corner.
And even harder in soccer, because at least a football team can score at any part of that goal line, whereas here the goal is much smaller. Your target's right in the middle.
Jensen's going to take this corner kick, the 12th of the game here for the Wildcats. Score is 5-0. Ball comes in, finds its way towards the Wildcats. It's down, and somebody has scored. We're going to have to see who gets credit for that one. I cannot tell who it was. I can't tell if it was Fetzich. There was just a mass of bodies down there, Skip Newton. Could you tell who poked that one home?
I think it might be, I think it was Tanner. Is that 7 there? And the
7 is Tanner.
Yep, I think it was Tanner.
So Tanner from Jensen makes it 6-0 to the Wildcats.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 7, Addie Tanner.
That's in the 74th minute.
Assistant number 12, Mallory Jensen. In the 73rd minute, time of the goal, 72 minutes, 53 seconds. Wildcats goal scored by Addie Tanner. The assist, Mallory Jensen. The time, 72:53.
Addie Tanner waving to her family or friends in the stands with a smile on her face. Why not? You've got 3 points tonight. A goal and 2 assists. Tanner looks for Enning. Enning with an opportunity. Can Turner make this turn? She can't. She's going to have another chance at it here as Jensen has it, lays it off. She's going to try to lay it off for her. Feeding Cassie Turner, no question about that. They just need to give her an opportunity to run onto it. Now Tanner battles. This will be the, I have to say, between calling these games, Skip Newton, all the times I've watched club soccer and all the times as these girls, many of them play on the same club team, and a number of times I've had to do Facebook Live broadcasts, Tanner and Turner, how many times, you know, I can't count how many times when those two players have played, especially on the same side of the field. Oh my goodness gracious. I think that era is coming close to an end as Mal Jensen goes to goal.
Mallory Jensen, number 12.
Getting closer to that 40 shot mark here. I believe that was number 37.
We've seen dominant performances before by soccer teams, and as you said, it's challenging to be in a situation like this if you're on the wrong end of it. No question about that. 37-0 are the shots. The Blaze have not been credited with a shot on goal yet, or with a shot at all.
Call on the Wildcats, free kick, Blaze.
Yeah, I believe Natalie Valaga back in goal for Eagan hasn't touched the ball the entire half.
That's right. Westerman battling there. Miller sends that forward. It's for Jensen. Now there's a situation where the Wildcats can use some of that speed if they can just get the ball over the top and let Turner run onto it. Tanner. Fetsic making the run to the outside. Miller, nicely done. Gets that to Fetsic. Fetsic with an opportunity. Can Turner run onto it? Not that time. It was just deflected wide.
Yeah, she was trying to thread the needle there between a couple of defenders. Couldn't quite make that happen here.
Jensen sends that towards goal. Finds Enning's head. It's cleared that time by the Blaze. Now for Zirkelbach, who chips it back in. Now we play some ping pong. And it'll go into touch. I think it'll go into touch. Maybe not. Westerman's going to get there first. Oh, Westerman a little bit dispossessed. Oh, she commits the foul. And the Blaze might actually have an offensive opportunity here.
We'd like to thank our gold sponsors for Eagan Soccer: Ansari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge, Birchwood Dental, Coldwell Banker, Rami Quarmat, Devani's, Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers, Eagan Arms Public House, Eagan Family Dentistry, Escape With Us Vacations, Homestead Auto and Tire, Mark's Towing, Raising Cane's, Teresa's Mexican Restaurant, Wildcats Bar and Grill, Zerbal Orthodontics, and ZZQ Smokehouse. Once again, thank you so much to our gold sponsors for the Eagan Soccer program. We could not be successful without your wonderful support.
And a substitution for Burnsville into the game.
Burnsville substituting is going to slow the game down a little bit. The goal kick will have to be retaken. The Blaze got credit for a shot there, so the shots are now 37-1. An opportunity for the, as you see Turner calling for the ball. Westerman brings it up. She's got a lot of green space. Westerman almost loses it, finds Turner. Now Turner with an opportunity. She's going to run by at least one defender. Well, actually, check that. That defender got a nice foot to it. Falls for Wick. Fetsic. At the top that time. An opportunity for the Wildcats. No collision there. But Turner's going to body the defender off. She's going to try to get the foot to it. Cross that in. She does. Can a Wildcat get to it? Somebody gets to it. Jensen. And that's going to go for a corner. So 90 seconds left here for the Wildcats to maybe get Cassie Turner a varsity goal.
See if Jensen can put this one into play. She's hit 2 or 3 on the wrong side of the goal line.
Now Turner's been withdrawn. Jensen sends that one in, looks for the back post, but nobody can get to it. Miller's the closest, and that's going to go into touch. I want to say thank you to our award-winning ETV crew, producer Josh Sibley, director Greg Borman, camera folks Connor Philippi and Nick Mudd. Thank you so much for making us look and sound good here on ETV and being a great community resource. Make sure you stick around for the boys game starting here at 7 o'clock Central Time. Or soon after 7 o'clock, as there will be a warm-up period. Well, Skip Newton, thoughts, reactions, what are you feeling now? It's senior night for these girls. One more home game certainly against the Lakeville North Panthers, but after that, the playoffs start. Talk to me about these Wildcats. How are they positioned for the playoffs?
Well, at this point, they couldn't be positioned any better. I mean, you're sitting in first place in the conference. You're, with this 3 points, now 8 points ahead of second place. Of course, Lakeville North has a game in hand to play. And they get to finish with Lakeville North. They got 2 games left, but they get to play the second place team in the conference, which I like. I like having that tough test to wrap up the conference season going into sections, just to get them kind of fine-tuned, because they're going to get what should be a very winnable game in that first section game, and then it gets real.
Well, the Wildcats tonight, it was a great celebration of senior night as the Wildcats enjoy a 6-0 victory over the Burnsville Blaze. Burnsville doggedly battling to the last whistle, trying to have opportunities and create some opportunities for themselves. A young team will look to see the Blaze in future years and see how they do in future years, but these Wildcats are, as you say, primed and ready to go. 6-0 defeat over handing a 6-0 defeat, I should say, to the Burnsville Blaze. The Wildcats here on senior night, or the girls and families, will now retire to Granite City for an opportunity to have a nice time and enjoy and celebrate their careers here in high school. But don't go anywhere, because, like I said, in about 20 minutes, we're going to have the boys versus the Burnsville Blaze coming up here from Wildcat Stadium here on ETV. So I'm Nathan Cron for my broadcast partner Skip Newton and our award-winning ETV crew. So long, everybody, and drive safe.